Two fishermen, one boat. 438 days adrift in the Pacific Ocean. One became a legend, the other died in his arms. Why? The answer might save your life. This is the story of a legendary survivor. Today you will learn the truth about what separates survival from death in the most extreme conditions. November 2012. A small port in Mexico. The experienced fisherman, 37 years old with 15 years at sea. His young partner, just 22, a novice full of enthusiasm. A routine fishing trip, 7-meter boat. The plan, go out for 2 days, catch sharks and marlins, return with money. But the ocean had other plans. 5 hours after leaving port, a storm rose. Not just a storm, a wall of water several meters high, flipping their boat like a toy. The engine broke. The radio flooded. GPS dead. And they began to drift westward into the endless Pacific Ocean, with no way to call for help. The first days they still hoped for rescue. They screamed when they saw planes overhead, but no one noticed them. Food supplies ran out within a week. Here begins the most important part. What separated life from death? Difference number 1, mental attitude. The experienced fisherman immediately switched to survival mode, telling himself he would reach land. The young partner fell into despair. He constantly cried, repeating, "We will die here, no one will find us." He saw himself as a victim of circumstances. Psychologists call this locus of control. The experienced fisherman believed his actions determined the outcome. The young man believed he was powerless. This mental difference became a matter of life and death. Difference number 2, adaptation. The survivor began to learn. Every day was an experiment in survival. He caught fish with his bare hands through patience and practice. He drank the blood of birds and turtles. Yes, it's disgusting, but it saved his life. He did what was necessary, not what was comfortable. He collected rainwater in every container he could find. He ate raw fish, even though it made him sick. He adapted to survive, not to be comfortable. The young partner refused to eat raw meat. He said it was inhumane. He waited for rescue instead of fighting for life. This decision sealed his fate. Difference number 3, physical endurance. The survivor forced himself to move every day. He stretched, did simple exercises to prevent his muscles from atrophy, maintaining strength. The young partner just lay there day after day. His body weakened, while the experienced fisherman maintained his strength through discipline. The contrast grew more stark with each passing week. 4th month at sea. The young man stopped talking. He refused water. His eyes became empty. The spark of life was fading from his young body. One morning he looked up and said his last words. "Mama, I want to go to Mama." These were the final words the young man would ever speak. The survivor held his friend's body for 6 more days. He talked to him, couldn't let go. But then he understood. To survive himself, he had to release the dead. He lowered the body into the ocean, and he swore he would reach land for both of them. From this moment, 10 more months would pass alone. Imagine 14 months alone with the ocean. No people, no voices, only waves, day after day, night after night. An endless cycle of solitude and struggle. The survivor began talking to the boat, to birds, to God. He admitted several times he thought about jumping into the water and ending it all, but each time he remembered his family, his daughter. These thoughts pulled him back from the edge and gave him reason to continue living another day. He transformed into a skeleton. He lost over 90 pounds. His hair and beard grew wild, skin burned nearly black. But he kept catching fish and drinking rainwater. You know what sustained him through this nightmare? Routine. Every morning he said, "Today I will reach land." Every evening he planned the next day's survival. Small goals, small victories. This is true willpower, not giving up when hope seems impossible, but finding purpose in each new day of suffering. January 30th, 2014. 438 days after the drift began. He saw green, palm trees, land. After 14 months of blue, he finally saw salvation. Ebon Atoll, Marshall Islands. He had drifted over 6,000 miles across the Pacific Ocean, one of the longest survival ordeals ever documented at sea. Local villagers found him on the shore, a living skeleton with an inhuman gaze. They couldn't believe this was a human being who had survived the impossible. His story went around the world. Scientists were shocked. Doctors couldn't understand how he survived such extreme conditions. But the survivor knew the answer deep inside. So why did the experienced fisherman survive while his young partner didn't? 3 critical factors made all the difference between life and death in that endless ocean. Factor 1. Mental attitude. The survivor believed in the possibility of survival from day one. His partner surrendered mentally before he died physically, giving up hope early. Factor 2. Adaptability. The survivor ate what his human nature rejected, changed strategies constantly, and learned something new every single day to stay alive. Factor 3. Purpose. The survivor had a reason to live, family, his daughter, a future worth fighting for. His partner lost his sense of meaning and purpose. This story isn't just about the ocean. It's about any extreme situation in life. Crisis, illness, loss, catastrophe. These lessons apply to everyone. The strongest don't always survive. Those who decide to survive do. It's a choice you make every single day, in every challenge you face in life. Now a question for you. What ocean are you facing in your life right now? Maybe it's difficult work, broken relationships, financial crisis, or illness. Write in the comments, "I decide to survive," and share what you're fighting right now. Let's support each other. Your story might inspire someone else to keep going. If this story touched you, hit that like button right now. Let the algorithm show this to people who need to hear it. Don't wait, do it now. Subscribe to see more incredible survival stories that teach us how to live. Hit the bell so you won't miss the next episode about survival against impossible odds. Remember this truth always. Those who survive are those who decide to survive, no matter how impossible the situation seems. See you in the next video.